Hello, welcome to another pen talk. Today I'm just going to give you a brief overview of the excellent Philly pen show that I went to last weekend. It was the weekend of the big snowfall on the East Coast. You know, they got hit from Virginia up through Massachusetts. I just stayed in a hotel, which was nice. Saturday was a thin crowd because most of the people couldn't travel, but it was nice because the level of activity was certainly high because all the people that were there were very much pen aficionados, pen enthusiasts. So a lot of great discussions and people had time to talk. I'm going to give a quick overview and then maybe we'll do a deep dive into some of the items that I was able to acquire at the show. And we'll have full reviews on all of these when the time makes itself available. We're going to start off with, as you probably know, my favorite is I got 3 vintage pens from Eric. He had a pile there. I went through the pile. Each of these pens have their own reason for being selected. And I got 3 of them for 20 bucks, and I hope to be able to restore them into nice writing instruments. I got some interesting colored leads. They're the size that fits the Esterbrook repeater pencil and a few other of the vintage pencils. I'd say the cream of the crop are these 4 Franklin-Christoph pens. 3 Model 20s, 1 with clip, 2 without. And a Model 40 Panther, which is only, according to Scott, 3 of those out into the public. I got a TWSBI Minivac, which I ordered from Anderson Pens because they were selling out. I picked up a Sigma from a gentleman, from Steve from Brooklyn. He had a whole bunch of them there, old stock, beautiful pen, 18 karat broad nib, which then David ground for me into the Architect grind. As usual, I always look out for Deltas, and Jaffa, the Delta distributor, was there, had a very large selection, but this is a pen I've been looking for a while. I like to get a MoMA design pen, so I'm very happy with this one, and the price was good. I always pick up some ink, so I don't have any Franklin-Christoph ink, so I got the the one that's was special for the show, which is a darker green. I wrote with an emerald green, which is in the Emerald Model 20 here. And then I also got a dark purple blue. I don't have any D'Artementis ink, so I was into sepias, so I got a D'Artementis sepia. I don't have any of these platinum ink, so I got Brune sepia pigment ink, which we'll do a review on. And then I also don't have any Visconti ink, so I got a Visconti sepia. I always like to collect notepads, so I've been interested in these 1951s. I love Clairefontaines. I love small notebooks. Throw them in your pocket. And then I got my usual larger one, which I use for day-to-day note-taking, and these are $3 a piece. I think they're the best buy around. I also got some gifts. Gary from Fountain Pen Day did an excellent job organizing, sponsoring the event. And we had a raffle, and I won this excellent magnifier. We all need a magnifier, so this was nice. It's a switchblade style. It pops out, and it has a built-in LED. So that's really cool. I'm very happy with that. And like I say, a big shout out to Gary for an excellent job that he did organizing the show. So we're going to show a picture of the intro as you walk into the show. The Westin Hotel in Philadelphia was beautiful. All of us were very happy with that hotel, the quality of the hotel, the rooms, everything was extremely nice. It's connected to a fairly nice indoor shopping mall downtown Philadelphia, a few blocks from main city center. Well, it's 17th Street, so it's a little bit off, just south of the main highway. So it was only a couple blocks off the highway, which made it easy coming home on Sunday. The group of people, as always, going to pen shows is just phenomenal for the people that you meet, the conversations that you have. Here's a picture of some of the people that I spent most of the show with. Everybody has their own little unique interest in pens. Everybody brought pens to write with and try. We had great interactions. Here's a picture of what classically happens at the pen shows, where You sit down with someone. This is Paul, and Paul was excellent. Paul, Carey, and I hopefully can get together and do something promoting the community and engaging more younger people to appreciate the writing aspects of vintage pens. This is a typical picture of how the hall looks like that the show was in. You know, it's a ballroom show. As usual, I don't think any pen shows really have great lighting because the lighting is pretty subdued. So that was always a challenge. But now I got my magnifier with a built-in LED, so I'm going to be able to look at pens. And I think I'll bring also an LED light with me next time when I really want to look at something close up and I need a lot of light on it. So again, I can't talk enough about how great a pen show is. So this is my fourth one, and the second one where I've spent the night in a hotel, which there's great interactions after the public show closes. Everybody gets together, you meet in a bar, you grab a room. I mean, it's just excellent. And I got to listen to Brian Anderson talk about Esterbrook's. Always learn something. Brian had brought a fairly small subset of his collection, but obviously some interesting pens that I haven't seen before. You always see pens that you love, and Jaffa didn't take cards, so Bittner, a nice high-end pen supplier, was the one who did the transactions. I fell in love with a metal Visconti Opera. Didn't pull the trigger. They didn't have any of the fountain pens there. They had sold out already, so that was something that probably limited me. But you know, I can get the show price if I do an order online. But you know, the MoMA pen I'm very happy with. Very similar, obviously not in the same league as the Visconti, but you know, I like picking up something a little bit different. You know, and a metal pen made by Delta really fits into what I've done in my Delta collection. So that's kind of the overview, and I'll go into depth on each of these pens. I'm going to do a video on the 4 franklin-christophs and also the one that I bought from the last Philly show. And all of them have different nibs in them, and all of them are unique nibs. All of them are great writing experiences. Scott is excellent. Scott and Don did a how to make pens little symposium. There was only, it was on Saturday, so it was not many people there, but 8 of us sat around a small table and listened to them talk about franklin-christoph, and beautiful. The type of, you know, interactions that you just can't get any other place. Scott's the artistic part of franklin-christoph, and Don's the one who does the machinery. Don and I share some petrochemical experiences in Texas, so in some prior careers. So that was really fun. And just listening to them talk about how pens come into being, you know, and how they're made and how things evolve, that was just, I just enjoyed it thoroughly. So that was, you know, one of the unique things that, again, only happens at a pen show. And when you buy your franklin-christoph pens, you sit down with Jim, and Jim talks to you about the nib that you've selected. He gives you great feedback. We had, I mean, I ended up with a nib that may have not have been my first choice, but when I talked about what I was looking for, we came together and did something. I also had 3 nibs ground by David, who just started grinding nibs at the Atlanta show last year. Again, cool dude, really into his work, does excellent work, and you sit there and you work with him, and he does really nice grinds. And gives those pens character, like I talked about the nib I had ground by Mike Massiamo at the Washington, D.C. show. So hopefully I've covered the main points that I wanted to cover in this video. And hopefully you look forward to a more in-depth review of the pens, the inks. May or may not do the paper. I haven't really gotten into doing paper, but who knows what might motivate me to share a video and to share some experiences. So hopefully you enjoyed this little view and hearing about how great it was in the Philly Pen Show, even with the storm and the low turnout. And I think all pen shows can be enjoyed. So I'm going to put a list of pen shows. Maybe if there's one nearby you, you could make a day trip or whatever you can do to meet some great pen people, have some great conversations, and maybe find a treasure or two that you can enjoy after the show. So may you have many extremely great writing experiences, joyful, expressive, pen and paper and ink are a beautiful combination. So until next time, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, and we'll see you later.